You are listening to the Slip Punches Show with your host, Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports, your boxing champions.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. It's really nice to be back this afternoon. We have a couple of guys coming on this week. Nice little lineup with our show this afternoon. We're tuning in early. We have a fighter from Premier Boxing Champion, one of Al Heyman's fighters, a real young prospect, up and coming, great young star. We're just looking forward to bringing him on any minute now. He's coming live from New Jersey. He just fought about a week ago. So again, we thank everybody for your support and everything. And without further ado, uh, Vito Mielnicki Jr. will be joining us any second, and we'd like to welcome Vito to the show. How are you, champ?
What's up? How are you?
Good, good, good. Welcome to the Slip Punches Show, man. It's nice to see you.
No, thank you for having me on here. I'm blessed to be able to do these interviews from home.
I'll tell you what. Let's start off with, looking at the whole picture. Let's go back. You're right now 18 years old. This is phenomenal. So when we dig into it and we get into the story, this is so fascinating because this is what we want. We want the younger generation of boxing to look and see and say, "Hey, wait a second,
Yeah.
this can be done."
Yeah. So basically, for me, I always knew what I like. Even as a kid, I always knew that this is what I wanted to do. But being able to do it at this age, at turning pro at 17, obviously the youngest pro to ever turn pro at 17 in New Jersey. I mean, that's what I really. This is what I do that for. I like inspiring people. I like people looking up to me and following in my path that I've created, for myself and along with my team and everyone that's helping me.
Now you're very athletic. You've done football at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
You started boxing around 7 years old, and you started visiting gyms there in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You started to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Walk us through that process as a young man going into the gyms in pretty much, the bricks, man, the tough New Jersey.
Yeah. So basically, for me, it was it was a way different approach for me, especially me. I'm a suburban kid from the suburbs of New Jersey. So it was just me and my dad on the couch. We were watching TV, and I told my dad, I was like, "Look, Dad, I want to try that because boxing was on the TV." And then he's like, "All right." So my dad, with anything, he's always gonna bring me to the right place. He wants and if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to my fullest. So he brought me down Newark, Brick City, and to a gym named Jamar Carter at that time. It's
Right.
It was a gym in the basement of an abandoned church
Yes.
in Newark. So my dad took me there, and then at first it was rough for me just because it was a different environment, something I've never been in before, and I hated it. I actually wanted to leave as soon as I walked in, and my dad signed me up for 30 days, and he made sure I stuck those 30 days out. But after the fourth day, I didn't want to leave the gym, so thank God he signed me up for those 30 days. So blessed.
Getting in the ring as a young man and then getting punched.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the best is yet to come from that point because again, let's just take a second and look at the resume. As an amateur, 142 wins,
Yeah.
22 losses.
Mm-hmm.
You've competed all over the country.
Yeah.
You have went to Canada, Spain, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You went all over the place, international, which your record is also outstanding.
Yeah.
Just an incredible young career that, when was the point where you said, you know what, I'm ready to go pro? How did that turn about?
So when I really made my decision of turning pro, it was when I was 17. Obviously, I just came back from the tournament in Spain, and it's really the amateurs. The amateurs are tough just because the scoring, it's very difficult to win in the amateurs. It's a lot of politics, but as well it is in the pros, but a whole different game in the pros. But so I was in Spain and I fought Sergio Martinez's nephew, I believe it was, and I dominated at 3-0 easy.
Wow.
destroyed him. He's from Spain, and what's it called? And like they gave him the nod. So I mean, at that point, I told my dad. Me and my dad sat down. We and my whole family. We all thought I was ready, and they got me on the card at the Prudential Center with Shakur Stevenson, and it was basically a beautiful setup for me, just because I was able to sell a lot of tickets, show that I'm able to sell tickets, and we went into that fight almost going in as like, use this as a platform to show people what I'm capable of doing, and that it worked perfectly. I got the first round knockout, got Sports Center top 10. It was all known that I'm a ticket seller. I could fight, not a knockout power. And then that's when Premier PBC reached out. And I was grateful and blessed enough to have a manager, a team, a family that was able to get me with the best of the best.
Now, Vito, interesting. So, besides your tournaments, you've always been around athletes your age, being around and working, in the same gyms, working with Tank Davis, working with Arthur Jones the third, working with Shakur, working with all these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all these experience wrapped up in one.
Yeah.
Man, you're so motivated in what you're doing.
Yeah.
3 wins last year, 3 wins this year.
Mm.
How happy are you with these accomplishments at your age?
Yeah, I'm happy, but I'm never satisfied. That's the one thing. I'm happy, but never satisfied. I'm ready. If they told me to fight the week after my fight, the day after my fight, I'm ready. I want to do it. Like, I'm ready for everything. So, I mean, I'm happy, but then again, I'm not satisfied. I'll never be satisfied. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy how they're moving me, and I'm ready to go. I wanna keep moving.
Now, I definitely want to congratulate you. You made some really great announcements this week,
Yeah.
and you have a legendary coach, Joe Guzin, that's going to be assisting you and your dad and working your corners and helping you. Give us your thoughts on those decisions and how they come about.
Yeah. So basically, he's like you said, legendary. I've talked to him. You see his work. Obviously, you see what he's done with fighters, and just I think it's only gonna benefit me. It's only gonna make me better, and I think he's gonna take me to that world title. He could definitely bring me to that world title.
Do you think at your age you're kind of hard on yourself? I mean, you just started in the sport. You've been wiping out, 6 opponents in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Why disappointed?
I'm not disappointed. I'm just like I said, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I've always had a dream of being world champ, magazine covers. I wanna be that. I wanna be that name in the sport. I wanna be the household name that everyone talks about. And most importantly, I want my family never have to worry about paying this, paying that. I'm just so motivated and hungry that I come home from my fights and I actually have to be told to slow down and not go to the gym or like take a day off, let your body heal, let your body rest. So, I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm hungry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Vito, let me tell you, and I mean, rightfully so, your fan base, it's like growing and
Mm-hmm.
growing and growing by the hour.
Yeah.
How humbling is that to you? And you connect a lot with your fans.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's like in an ESPN article you seen the top 25 under 25. I don't know if you saw that, but Steve Kim said, yeah, he's a ticket seller. And I think I love my fans. I love when I go to fight. There's parties at everyone's houses. There's parties at steakhouses, watch parties, this, that, and the third. And really, it's just I'm blessed, and they keep me like, I don't know how to explain. I'm grateful to have people like that around me and fans, global, like around the world, that support me.
Now, you spend most of your young career, and of course, coming into the pros, you're fighting around crowds and everything going on. And I'm so happy that you and your family are safe and everybody's doing well. I'm really happy about that.
Thank you.
Vito, fighting in the bubble, in that type of environment, man, what were your thoughts about that? And I'm sure it didn't bother you much, but give us your thoughts on the experience.
Yeah, so really, the bubble, I think it actually helped making weight. Actually, you weren't really like you were in the room. Time flew by with me because I was watching a lot of fights, old time fights, playing
Really?
Xbox. Just and they also gave you good food. Like you were eating all healthy food, all food that'll help you make weight. You had time to go to the gym. I think PBC did a great job of setting that up, Premier Boxing Champions, and I'm just blessed to be able to get on their second card coming back from the Showtime card, being on the first card on FS1 and Fox.
For fans listening in and everybody that's tuning in to this show today, which you're interviewing, great. Give us your thoughts in as far as when was that time of your life, Vito, when you got the nickname, White Magic? Talk to us about that.
So I was 9 or 10 years old, and I fought one of K. Karoma's kids in the amateur. I don't know if you coach K. Karoma from Virginia.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I fought one of his kids in the tournament, and I won. And he came over and he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna give you a new nickname, White Magic." And then I was like, "All right." So I would go to tournaments or whatever. Everyone would call me by White Magic, and I mean, I've had that name for 8 years around that. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Actually,
That's
I made
really awesome.
Fox gamer tag. So I took that name, and from then on, I knew it was gonna be my professional nickname.
Now I'll tell you what, fighting
Yeah.
fighting at the level that you're fighting is incredible.
Thank you.
You and many, not many others, but a couple of other, fighters that are in the game today, like the Shakurs and the
Yeah.
young fighters. You kids are pretty much the diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
The next generation of boxing. You think about championships, you think about reaching those goals. What are your thoughts of that? Watching and studying the game and knowing how it is. What are your thoughts of the goals of being a world champion?
Uh, just that's like everything I've been working for is just like since I was 7 years old. That's the ultimate goal. I mean, if I mean you're in the sport, your ultimate goal is to become a world champ or whatever it is, Olympic gold medalist. Um, I just think all my hard work, like that I've been doing, and since I was 7, and I'm still doing, it's gonna pay off. And looking up to guys like Tank Davis, who I grew up with in the amateurs, Shakur, it just shows that it like the hard work pays off. And when you stick to your craft and you work on your craft every day, greatness is bound to happen. So if you see on all my Instagram posts, I hashtag strive for greatness because that's exactly what I'm doing day in and day out.
Now, in the sport today, of course, there are a couple of Howard Cosell's left in the sport, and we're able to distinguish and watch these stars that are developing and what have you. And again, it's humbling. It's
Yeah.
humbling to see how the impact that you're making in the sport of boxing and what have you. So, any word on when you'll be back in the ring?
Yeah, so we're hoping end of October, maybe November. Go work with Joe Goosen, go work on my craft, learn a lot from him, um, and be ready to just go and put on a show in my 7th fight as a pro. I think I'm definitely going to improve. He's going to teach me so much, like about the game and about just not even about boxing, the boxing part of the game, but even like the politics part, because he's been there. He's been to like that World Series. He's been to that world title fight, and many world title fights actually. But I think having a guy like that around you, it's just another step to being great.
Vito, talk about the backbone. Talk about you and your dad and
Yeah.
how much of a drive it was in your home to walk you through this and to support you and
Mhm.
get you to where you are today. Give us a shout out to your family and some
Yeah.
feedback about that.
So my mom and dad. My dad obviously he's always going to be rough on me, and I wouldn't want it any other way because I wouldn't be in the position I am today if he wasn't. So if he was never always if he would have just let me slide and just said, yeah, go to that party, don't worry about going to the gym, or go here, go there, and don't worry, yeah, take the day off, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So having my dad behind me at each and every day, pushing me to go to the gym as a kid. Because as a kid, you look at all your friends going out playing basketball, going out to parties, birthday parties and all that. As a young kid, it's tough. Like not many people can do that. But I'm just grateful for him to push me each and every day. Like no, like you got to go to the gym, and then it obviously became a routine for me. And it really with boxing, it's so fun and like it just for me, it's fun to me. So it's not really a sacrifice because I'm doing what I love. So like
Absolutely.
missing what I'm like missing those parties and stuff, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. So if something does feel like it's a sacrifice, you're really not doing like what you love. I don't think, to be honest with you. So, I mean, that's why like when reporters and stuff ask me like your graduation and stuff in high school, like not having like the prom, the senior ball, and all that. Like, how does it feel missing? And for me, I mean, I've missed so much like in the past that it's just like I don't know, I'm doing what I love each and every day. I can't really complain. Like God's put me in the right position every day, and I'm just blessed for that. So with my dad, he just pushed me every day to go to the gym as a kid, and he's still day in and day out. He's on me every day. So I'm just grateful to have him. My mom, I'd come home from tournaments as an amateur. If I were to lose, I'd go and cry in her shoulder every
It's
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, I mean, she'd just tell me, look, just keep going to the gym. You're going to be fine. You're whatever. So, I mean, like I said, having a younger brother, my two older sisters who were at Penn State, just grateful to have a family like that behind me. And not many people have a family like that behind them. And I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed day in and day out to have them behind me and having them in my corner.
That's awesome, Vito. You know, a couple of weeks ago when you knocked out Chris Rawlings, of course it wasn't a lucky punch. You set him up.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. You know, fighting at that weight class, fighting at your weight, are you very comfortable with that weight?
Yes, I am 147 right now. We actually had to wear 10-ounce gloves. They weren't 8s because
Really?
yeah, because the kid couldn't get down to 47.
Okay.
Yeah, even though he came in lighter than me, he said he couldn't get to 47. But I'm comfortable at 47 for now. I'm making it easy. The weight's coming off very, very good. I'm not struggling. So for now, I'm good at 47. But who knows? Like you said, I'm still young. So who knows what my body will grow into. But as of right now, 47 is where I'm to stay for next few fights.
Vito, please tell the fans and everybody watching how can they follow you on all your social media platforms.
Yeah, so follow me on Instagram at Vito Mielnicki. Follow me on Twitter at Vito Mielnicki Jr. And I believe my Facebook is at Vito Mielnicki. But mostly Instagram and Twitter is what I'm on. But I just want to say I truly appreciate you getting me on the show. You obviously have a great channel, and I'm just blessed. I just want to say I'm blessed to have fans around the world and a family behind me and a team behind me that is in my corner. So, yeah, I'm truly blessed and grateful.
Vito Mielnicki Jr., we appreciate you coming on the show, and we hope to have you back again.
Oh, thank you, for sure. Whenever you want.
Thank you, champ. Keep on punching.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Slip Punches show with Vito Mielnicki Jr. Man, what a great kid. We're looking forward to see him do great things in the sport of boxing. He's on course. I mean, he's another young phenom, another young star in the sport that we have our eyes on. You know, I dig him. He's a good kid. He's up and coming, and it's awesome. You know, it's a good message to the younger generation of boxing that the best is yet to come. You just got to keep on punching, listen to your trainer, listen to your corner, listen to your family. It's all there. It's all good. And we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for joining Latinbox Sports. We'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.